I'm going to say a very good morning to the former Deputy Speaker of the House of Commons, a Conservative MP for Ribble Valley, the legend that is Nigel. First of all, where are you? Not here.
I'm in Dubai, where all the rich Brits live now, as you know, Jeremy. So it won't be long before you're doing a show from the United Arab Emirates.
Dubai's finished. Go to Russell Khamer. So can I just put to you as the ex-Deputy Speaker of the House of Commons, when you do come back here, having spent your millions, you might find that heroin's legalised, prostitution's legalised, we've got open borders, hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants will be living in nice houses with cars, getting free NHS care and a wage, and 3-year-olds in most primary schools will have dresses on, Nigel Evans. What the hell's happened?
I'm not coming back. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare. You sometimes can't believe what you read in the newspapers, and to listen to a government minister like Bridget Phillipson, you know, she's in charge of the education of our kids, and she thinks it's okay for kids to turn up, like boys turn up in girls' dresses to school. Is she absolutely bonkers? I remember when I went to Geneva School many decades ago, and in the first year, one kid turned up in shorts. My goodness me, was ridiculed. Yeah. Never mind a dress.
I think the serious side of it, Nigel, and I think I don't want to sit here and say people should be this or they should be that. What concerns me is we have a government and an increasing society, you think of the puberty blockers, which turn my stomach, that are forcing an identity or forcing change on kids who should just be allowed to be kids.
Yeah, and we will be picking up the NHS bill for these kids later on in their lives, as they go through all sorts of psychological trauma that could clearly be avoided if we only ensured that we didn't have ministers like Bridget Phillipson saying that it's okay to go to for boys to go to school wearing dresses. I mean, it is absolutely insane for that to happen. You know, at that age, boys should be playing with Action Man, girls should be nurses. You know, and allow them to grow up.
But that's my thing about the puberty blockers. What you're saying is that you're allowing or not allowing the very development of a child through puberty, through whatever. There will be boys that play with girls' toys and girls that play with boys' toys, and that's right. Life. But what we're talking about is being foisted upon them, this ideology, foisted upon them, and that's the danger.
You wouldn't allow these children to play on railway lines or play on the roads because that would be bonkers. You wouldn't sit there and see what happens. I mean, just don't do it. And people, as they grow into adulthood, for that very, very small minority that really do have problems, then let them make their own decisions. But wait until they're adults, not when they're children. As you say, people will play with all sorts of things when they're kids, but not boys turn up in dresses, for goodness sake. That is bonkers.
Couldn't agree more. Front page of the Mail. You were in politics, in Parliament for 30 years. I feel on the back of that opinion poll yesterday that had the Greens, led by Zach Polansky, as the second most popular party. I do think it's important to read this story repeatedly this morning. In front of the Mail, beware the Green menace. This is a party, Nigel, and I think we've got past the point of laughing at them. I mean, it's serious now. They plan to hand illegal migrants a free house, a free wage and NHS care. They want to legalise heroin and prostitution, and they are second in a national opinion poll.
Yep. Do you remember the days, Jeremy, when we were watching party conferences and the Lib Dems? And the Lib Dem leadership used to be a bit embarrassed by some of the insane motions that the members would put forward, and they'd stop them and block them. Now it's quite the reverse with the Greens. You've got the leadership that are promoting these insane policies, and it must be the members that feel embarrassed. I mean, they are the ones who'll try and calm it all down. No, you're absolutely right. Listen, the real problem is that a lot of people out there feel disaffected with the main parties, whether they're the Labour Party, the Tories or the Lib Dems, and they feel as if giving something different a go may be the right thing to do. But all they need to do is read the policies. That's all they need to do, is listen to what the politicians who lead the Greens are saying. And then if they want to see all these, I mean, what's giving immigrants free houses and ensuring that they're going to get money and allow them to work from day one? What do you think that's going to lead to? I've got an idea. It's going to lead to way more people coming in to the United Kingdom on small boats, aided and abetted by the French. Another one of the stories that you're playing today, who are absolutely useless at stopping people from coming over.
But we're giving them £700 million a year, mate, and they haven't stopped one damn boat, as far as I can see.
Yeah, well, that ensures that we know how green the Labour Party happens to be. If they're prepared to give 700 million, when the number of people that are getting through by their tens of thousands, as you say, over 66,000 have entered the United Kingdom since Keir Starmer got elected on a policy of stopping the boats and breaking up the gangs. It's absolutely bonkers. Why don't we do productivity payments to the French? That every time they stop somebody, we give them some money, but every time people get through, we take money off. And at the rate it's happening at the moment, Jeremy, the French would be paying us money.
Couldn't agree more, mate. Completely and utterly agree. Let's bring it back to politics if we can, briefly. We've talked about dresses. We've talked about the Green Party. We've talked about the boat situation. Let's talk about Mandelson. I said when he was arrested, and we have to be careful because it's an ongoing legal situation, I can't wait for him to squeal. Gordon Brown is on the front of the Mirror this morning saying, you know, we need to stop reform. I think if you look at Blair and Brown and the whole establishment and everybody that's associated, they must be quaking in their boots. On being released on bail, the front of this man is to tell a source, and it ends up in the Times, it's disgusting that I got arrested. I'd agreed to go in and chat with the police. Somebody's out to get me. I think he is going to squeal like a pig when he is facing time behind bars, don't you?
Yeah, well, I think the reality is most people, and I speak as somebody who was arrested, don't get the choice as to when that happens. There's very good reasons why the police arrest people, normally very early in the morning. At least he got a decent time when he was arrested. You don't say, "Oh, come on, then let's have a chat in a few weeks' time." Clearly, if the police are in receipt of evidence, and they will have seen enough stuff, I'm sure, from Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's files, that there are very clear reasons why they need to be doing what they're doing. And the reason that I find absolutely amazing it was that then Peter Mandelson starts making it be known at 4 a.m. in the morning how angry he is that he was arrested at all. Well, hold on. We arrested somebody whose brother is the king, and I don't think we've heard any squealing from him.
I'd like to know about the anger he would genuinely or should feel about the victims of what his friend, the paedophile financier, put those girls through for years and years. Nothing about it. It's always about Mandelson. It's always about Andrew. They are both entitled and arrogant and do not see what's coming. And I think that just fuels the anger in this country about how parts of the establishment seem to get away with it. Genuinely.
Yeah, I love the description of Peter Mandelson. He was referred to as the Lord of the Files. And I just thought that was superb. And the important thing for all of us is to ensure that those files are made public as quickly as possible.
Well,
there does seem to be some pushback from ministers like Sir Chris Bryant, who are hiding in the bunker of the police investigation, saying, oh, we've got to be careful, we've got to be careful. Well, I do hope that the Intelligence Committee are going to be the ones that decide what files we see. It's not just Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, where all the MPs kicked off yesterday. It's Peter Mandelson too, and his appointment, and what ministers knew at what time about the relationship that he had with Epstein. We need to know, and we don't want to see all these things redacted, or there's one suggestion that we may have to wait until Keir Starmer leaves Number 10 before we see some of these files. Well, at the rate it's happening, of course, that won't be long.
And one of the things, I mean, you're absolutely right, that file story, he's been refusing to release all the Andrew files. He almost lost his job 2 weeks ago when his own MP said, hold on a minute, it shouldn't be down to you. This should be down to the police or the Defence Committee, the Security Committee, as you said. I just believe there will be many inside the government, many inside Parliament who are quaking in their boots. And I don't believe that the self-styled Prince of Darkness, right, is going to go down quietly. I really don't. I just and to me, it does reinforce the belief that out there, certainly amongst listeners and viewers, there's a feeling that if there is not greater transparency in politics and the royal family, there will be such a kick-off, there will be such a reaction that these people will be forced to perhaps show and behave as they should have done for years, Nigel, and didn't.
Yeah, I think you're quite right as well, that there will be a lot of people in government thinking, oh, shavings. We already know, for instance, that Wes Streeting started removing a number of photographs of himself and Peter Mandelson. And then, of course, Wes gave voluntarily some of the texts between Mandelson and himself. You've already got some Labour MPs kicking off saying, yeah, but those are from that date. And what about the messages before that? So you're going to get a lot of ministers quaking. And you're right as well. What's Peter Mandelson got to lose now? He might as well, and my best advice to both him and Andrew is keep telling the truth. Just keep telling the truth. And there will be a lot of ministers. Some of them have already thrown Mandelson under the bus. Absolutely, they have. People like Gordon Brown and Keir Starmer.
He employed Mandelson. He brought him back, for Christ's sake. What about Wes Streeting? He's gone quiet, hasn't he?
I can understand their embarrassment. Well, I know why Wes Streeting's gone quiet, because every cabinet minister has turned on him because of his unadulterated ambition to take over from Keir Starmer, and everybody expects it to happen shortly after the May local elections. The May local elections, most of which he tried to stop himself. And it was only when he got legal advice after a legal challenge from Reform that they, in the end, threw in the towel and have decided that these local elections will go ahead. Well, this is going to be the biggest statement on behalf of the electorate as to how well Keir Starmer is doing. And I suspect that as the results come in, it won't be long before Labour ministers and Labour MPs look after their own jobs. Whilst most people are losing theirs in the United Kingdom, they'll be looking after their own jobs, and Starmer will be out.
You see how weird the world is? You're sat there in Dubai, you're joining the Jeremy Kyle Breakfast Show, and Keith in Oswestry says, just watching Nigel in Dubai, I just want you all to know I was a project manager on the development behind him. There you go, see? Anyway, hurry home.
Remarkably well.
Hurry home. Don't bring your passport. We'll give you a house, we'll give you a job, we'll give you some crack cocaine and some heroin, Nigel Evans. Great to have you on. Mark in